Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I offer in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good day, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metals market update, and this is for the end of business on Thursday, the 24th of January, 2019, just after 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, the metals were basically a down day. The platinum wasn't, palladium was, and the dollar was the culprit. Very strong dollar. The European Central Bank did nothing to help the market when it said that they still see lots of problems, transitory. Even when they do their first interest hike, which they said probably is not going to happen until we're into the summer. They didn't say what part of it. Maybe it's the end of it. I don't know. That they'll keep rolling the money that they've already got because the markets need that stimulus in Europe. Interesting. When we come to the gold, you can see that you're getting a correction. You're down off the top of the market about $10 on a closing basis. This, as we know, remember I had another line that was pointing up here. You've broken out to the downside on the chart. The pattern is one of lower highs, lower lows. That is bearish. The market is under the 18-day average of closes. That gives it a downside bias. The Bollinger Band was hit for the first time on the downside today in one heck of a long time. I have to go back well into 2018 to get to that number. So the market's had a shift. The character of the market has shifted on you, and as bullish as some traders are, now the market's got them on the defensive. The trend is down. If you took out 1286, you would negate this pattern, but it would not start an uptrend. When you come over to the slow stochastic, I admit you are now in the area of oversold. So that's the good news. The bad news, well, the best I see out of the market is sideways action. There is no bull news to talk about at this point. When we come to GLD, the popular ETF, you've got lower highs, lower lows. It too is bearish. Target, if they can break down, 120.77. Momentum pointing down because both numbers, or at least one of the two numbers at a slow stochastic, isn't under 30. The market is, not yet oversold. It's approaching it, hasn't quite hit it. I would say if it gets to that Bollinger Band, it will be. Like the gold futures, the question is the market going to trade sideways in here, or is it going to let loose to the downside? I don't see anything friendly there. When I come to GDX, the miners stock on the gold, lower high, lower low, bearish. The bias down because you're under the 18-day average. Now the difference here is if you don't take out 2022 and you were to take out right through this high, the 2061 level, you could end up with higher lows, higher highs. However, without a close over the 2086, it would just be a reactionary move to the upside after this bit of a break that carried the market down about $1.50. Certainly not big moves. Oversold market. In the gold-silver ratio, you can just see it sort of drifting at 83.5, near the highs recently of what it's been. And in the silver, like the gold market, oversold in a downtrend, has hit some downside targets. Is there anything left in the market to the downside's the big question. If there is, do you go to the 100-day average? I can't answer that. I can tell you that to break the downtrend, you've got to get over 1544.5. That in itself would not start an uptrend, but on the pattern, it would satisfy that you've run out of momentum to the downside. In the copper market, you're just hanging here at this 18-day average of closes. The market's trying to figure out what next. Are the Chinese going to add some stimulus before the lunar holiday or after it? What goes on there? How are the trade talks going? We saw good guy, bad guy routines today coming out of Wilbur Ross, our Secretary of Commerce, that used the words, we're miles apart with the Chinese on the intellectual trade parts. Whereas Steve Mnuchin, our Treasury Secretary, says good progress is being made. I'm going to say it again, good guy, bad guy. Which part of it's for real? I don't know. I do know that the negotiations hit another level next week. And remember, we're in February. The president said he has to make a decision by March, but he could make a decision that enough good is happening to leave the tariffs on in place as they work on another level. I just don't know how the negotiations are going, nor does probably anyone that's not in them. In the April Platinum, you were oversold, you're getting a bounce, look for resistance back at the 808.90 level, the 18-day average of closes. You negate the downtrend if you get over 818.20, the last rally high. In the palladium market, I think I've been outspoken here that I thought the market, when it lost its embedded reading, was going to try to make a run at the 18-day average of closes. It seems to be doing that. Hope it finishes it up, but at least it's doing what we had thought, and we spotted very correctly that the market had changed its character. That's what bothers me on gold. It too has changed its character. In the dollar index, the dollar's gotten a lot stronger. I was looking for the market, in all fairness, I thought it was going to back off more than this and play around the 18-day average. Today, the market takes out that last high off of the European Central Bank announcement, off of. Still no progress being made on the U.S. opening up its trade and all the other problems that we've got going back and forth temporarily. So you put it together, it's an interesting time in the markets, and I think I make your day very interesting because I start you off each morning with the ability to say, I want you to buy here. I think the pros are selling here. This is what I think's going on. In the mornings, these are how my charts look. I am not in the video. In the video that I have for subscribers, I'm able to say, do this, do that. Here's what I think's going on. That video is not 3 minutes or 10 minutes. I cover 40 markets for you. And the beauty is at the bottom of the video, if you want to get to another section, just drag and pull to the one you want, because I do them in the same sequence each and every day, Monday through Friday. So you sit down, and I'm going to start you off talking about first these categories, right in this order, by the way. So let's assume that you want to know energies. Well, you can just pull the energies if you're not interested in the rest. And I'm going to give you what I see, what I think the pros are doing, what you have to be looking for, in and out trade ideas. I remember when I began my career, I'm not going to use the names, but I couldn't wait to hear phone hotlines from certain people that I was learning from. And those people are still around today, but what it did is I had an idea, but I needed a push. Or I had an idea and they gave me a reason. No, that's not the smartest idea you might have. Well, that's how you go. You know, you need a sounding board. I will cover the chart action, what I think the pros, we'll call them active traders, the technical and fundamental, specific trade ideas are in there. So each morning I start you off. I know it's going to be real expensive because it's going to run you in the neighborhood of about 30 cents a day. Come on. I mean, it's not that much money. 40 cents, something in that area. First 30 days, $7.95. We are thinking of giving you, after the introduction, the ability to take a 1-year subscription, and I'll cut the price from the 15 to another number for you. How do you get this? Either way, it's not expensive. Give us a call. You can go to our website and sign up there. If you're going to the website to sign up, go under the word research or education. You don't need a coupon. It'll get you going right away. And you can click up here to get to the website. And again, research or education. I'm Ira Epstein. Take a look at it. It's probably the cheapest $8 you've spent. Take care now.